What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for day 5 of our unboxing series for Justice League Unlimited, the new HeroClix set for DC by WizKids. Man, I'm so sad that this is coming to an end. First of all, this set needed to be double-sized because there's just not enough space to cover 91 episodes of an amazing, possibly greatest run of animation ever for me. You know, the DC animated universe ran for almost 15 years, and this was the culmination of all of that, and all of these characters, all these story threads, all these nods, all these Easter eggs, you know, Grey Ghost, all that stuff. The Phantasm being an epilogue. If you didn't see the epilogue episode where Batman Beyond is trying to figure out where he came from, how he was created, you see Phantasm walking around. I mean, there's just so many nods to so many parts of the DC animated universe. There's no way that they could contain it all in this set. You know, as you're watching with the Secret Society and Justice League Unlimited, you're seeing 50+ villains, 50+ heroes. You're seeing Toyman, you're seeing Blue Devil running around in the background. You're hearing names of people that don't ever even speak in the series, and so of course they're not going to make it. But I'm shocked that we haven't seen anybody from Task Force X. You know, Deadshot, Plastique, you know, Flag. We've seen Waller for sure. Got the Suicide Squad keyword, but we haven't seen anybody else from Task Force X. You know, we haven't seen a lot of characters that had like really big spotlight episodes. You know, we haven't seen Captain Atom, who was a huge part. We haven't seen Stargirl or Stripe. We know Stargirl's on the side of the box, so Star and Stripe got to be in this. But Fire and Ice, pretty big part of the show. Flash falls in love with Fire. You know, we haven't seen Fire yet. We haven't seen Dr. Fate. Oh man, I hope Dr. Fate is in this set, man. I need Dr. Fate. You know. I'm a big video game guy too, just as a little aside here. Dr. Fate and Vixen are in a couple of scenes together. I'm a big Destiny player, and Ikora Ray and Osiris from that game are the same voice actors. So hearing them, I was like, whoa, am I in this? It's just, they had the greatest voice actors of all time doing some of their best work that they had ever done. They had the Big Seven, you know, Carl Lumley, playing Martian Manhunter, and of course Kevin and Greg and all these guys that are just the iconic voices for the biggest heroes in the DC universe. It was well written, well acted, delivered so well, so many characters. There's just no way that we're going to see everything in this set. So WizKids, please, 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 please do another one of these at some point. I think it really needs it or deserves it at some point. Even if it's just like a little countertop display that has some extra characters, you know, in the way that you've done some other animated properties. Anyway, we did get a couple of super rares yesterday. Today is day 5. If you haven't watched days 1 through 4, I promise you they do not disappoint. Go back and check them out. The set, the pre-release for the set is March 23rd. The set actually drops April 8th. I'm recording this in February, so I'm hoping that this is giving you guys as much insight to the set as it was giving me. I like to come into these things blind, and it was really hard for me to come in blind to this. So I did my research. I watched the show. Guys, go get these sets. Watch the show. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And so I came into this just knowing how many characters I was hoping for. And knowing now that the list is shrinking, I'm still so excited, though. Hopefully we pull a chase today. We've pulled our 3 super rares. I think Question has a prime, but we haven't pulled a prime. We've pulled a lot of this team-up stuff, which is very, very cool. And again, if you're coming to this video and you've never played the game of HeroClix before, I really think this set right here is such a good set to jump in with. You have episodes of continuity that this is pulling from, as opposed to 60, 70 years of comic book continuity, which can seem a little intimidating at times. But hopefully, if you're a HeroClix fan and you've never seen this show, hopefully this set spurs you to watch it, because you would be doing yourself a huge favor. And that's what WizKids does so well, is it marries comic books or other properties with this tabletop gaming movement, and it's just a pendulum that swings both ways. There's a lot of characters I have found through the game of HeroClix that even as a big comic book nerd like me, I never really knew about, and then went and read. I went and read it. I know, sue me, I never read Planetary. All of a sudden you had Planetary figures coming out, and I knew I had to go read those books, and I'm so glad I did it. And HeroClix kind of did that for me. Planetary came out at a time that I wasn't really reading books, and so I found that through WizKids. So, you know, I just thank you to WizKids. Thank you for you guys for watching. This series has been amazing for me. I don't know if the content has been amazing, but it's been amazing for me as far as seeing all these characters that I love so much from this series that I love so much. So thank you to WizKids for doing this. And without further ado, let's get it moving. I know. Enough, Scott. Enough. Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. Wow. I cannot believe that we haven't really seen Batman until this pack. And on day 5, we're getting a pack full of things we have not seen yet. Vigilante, boom, voiced by Nathan Fillion. I mean, is there anybody better at it than him? Aquaman, making his first appearance in this unboxing series, which is incredible. We've got the Justice Lord's Batman here with that gray, with that different suit. We've got regular Batman, which, you know, we definitely needed the regular Batman. We haven't pulled him yet. I can't believe we're on day 5 and haven't seen a Batman yet in a Justice League-themed set. And then, speak of the Doctor. Dr. Fate. That is awesome. I cannot wait to see what all these guys do. So we got to get right to it. And we did get a team-up card for Batman. So, you know, they're pretty rare, the team-up cards. I think we're going to end up with like 5 for the brick. And we saw number 20 on one of Flash's cards, so I don't know how many of these cards there are, but if there's 20 and you're only getting 5 a brick, they're going to be kind of tricky to track down. But I think they add such a cool element, especially for this property. It is so cool that they did that. Okay, Vigilante. Let's go. Vigilante. He's 40 points. Set number 48. So he's a rare. See, he's got his lasso out, not his 6-shooters. Justice League Unlimited, 7 soldiers. Oh, sorry, Justice League, 7 soldiers, and past keywords. Justice League Unlimited trait, which we've read before, but I'll read it for the first time today. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. On a 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less. Boom. All right, there we go. We've heard that one before. We've got a special attack power. We're going to lasso me up some bad guys. Once per turn, when Vigilante makes a ranged attack targeting a single opposing character and hits, you may choose that the attack deals no damage. If you do, give the hit target and all opposing characters adjacent to it an action token, and they gain immobile until your next turn. So you're not only incapacitating them, you're actually making them immobile. That is awesome, and it's like an energy explosion, immobile, incapacitate attack. That is awesome. Trick shooting. Once per turn, when Vigilante makes a ranged attack after resolutions, roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, make a range attack. All right, you can get a second one. Yee-hoo, you lousy bush leaguers. You hit them high, I'll hit them low. That's a line to Shining Knight. They were such a cool team up, him and Sir Justin. So cool that I have them and I can play them together. I just wish he had a motorcycle. Look at that attack value, man. 11. 40 points for running shot with an 11 attack with the possibility of a second attack if you roll a 5 or a 6 with that first range attack, and 3 natural damage. Oh, wait, sorry, that's a special power, so it doesn't kick in until he gets sidestep. But still, pretty solid dial for only 40 points. I mean, that's a lot for 40 points. Him and Shining Knight teaming up together, definitely going to happen for me. That's awesome. Let's see Aquaman next. Aquaman is not as involved in the series as I kind of like really wish he was. I love Aquaman. I love their version of Aquaman. You know, he had the hook for a hand. But he's really cool. But outside of a couple of, like a story arc that he had in Justice League and like 2 episodes in Justice League Unlimited, he's really underutilized. I wish we had a little bit more of him. So there you go. That's what the sculpt looks like. You've got Atlantis, Justice League, Ruler, Warrior, keywords. Got Justice League Unlimited as the trait, which we've already read. You've got King of the Seven Seas as a trait. When Aquaman occupies water terrain, he can use Defend and Regeneration. That's cool. Gets a lot of regeneration there. Crashing Wave, a movement special power. Charge. When Aquaman uses it and hits after resolutions, knock back all adjacent opposing characters 2 squares. There's a lot of this full team knockback situation going on here. That's very cool. He's got some zingers. I'm surprised none of the zingers are in the flavor text there. I think at one point he's told to, can you mind control this thing? He's like, it's not a fish. That's hilarious. There you go. His special power. He's got 3 clicks of that. He's 7 clicks long. Combat Reflex is an interesting choice for him. He is indomitable. Just only 3 clicks of toughness. He's much tougher in the cartoon, I thought, than that. So that's a pretty interesting choice for his defensive power array, but still pretty good for only 60 points. All right, let's get into Dr. Fate, since I was so excited to have him. Dr. Fate plays a big role in this series, actually. Anytime they're dealing with something mystical, you know, Superman's not good against the magic and the mystical. Zatanna's in a couple of episodes. I hope we get her in the set, but if it's between her and Fate, I will take Fate almost every time. Real name Kent Nelson. And got Justice League, Justice Society, Future, Mystical, and Past keywords. Trait, duplicates of myself from throughout time and space. During force construction, you may only add Dr. Fate for 10 points if you also have a Dr. Fate starting at 65 points on your starting force. For all characters with this trait, if you have 2 to 4 characters named Dr. Fate on your force, action total by +1. If you have 5 plus such characters, action total by +2. Now, here's the deal with that. He's got the Mystic's team ability here. And even if you're playing him at 10 points, he's got the Mystic's team ability. And if you've got him and like 7 other Dr. Fates, your opponent's going to have to be taking points, clicks off to KO these, 10-point Fates. That's crazy. He also has the Justice League Unlimited trait, which allows him to kind of pull tokens off of his own duplicates if he wants. And they're no slouch. That 10-point line, 8 with phasing, 10 with telekinesis, 17 with energy shield deflection, and 3 natural damage for 10 points, and the Mystic's team ability? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. So you throw this guy on the board, you throw a bunch of his duplicates on here. That is crazy. That's awesome. And it looks like there's no limit if you have 5 plus such characters. So it's not limited by any rule of the game. You have 10 of them if you want, and plus him. And that's only 165 points. That's insane. Because then you can stock the rest of that team out, and you've got all these little mystic phasing annoyances running around. That Dr. Fate is really good. I like him. Good luck getting a bunch of Dr. Fate, though. Okay, let's see. He is a common, so he's got that going for him. All right, which Batman do we want to go with? We'll go with the Justice Lord first, because the other Batman's going to have the team up stuff. So there you go. I always wondered how this Batman got the cape to line up exactly with his chest plate. You see that bat insignia is on both the cape and the chest. So well done executing that particular costume, Batman. Gotham City Justice Lord's detective, martial artist, and ruler has improved movement, hindering, and elevated. Justice Lord's trait: when Batman damages an opposing character with an attack, after resolutions, deal that character 1 unavoidable damage. If that character is not KO'd, immediately heal it 1 click. So you get an extra point of damage just to get that KO if you need it, but if not, they get that click back. They'd be so proud of you is a trait. Adjacent opposing characters can use mind control, but only to target Batman. And a special movement power, too much to be done, running shot, and sidestep. Let's see. The Justice Lords have been a little weaker than I thought they would be. He's only 65 points. A little 5-click dial there. He does have the Batman team ability to keep himself stealthed. 6 range, 2 bolts. I don't know. I expected them to pack a little bit more of a punch. I expected them to stand toe-to-toe with the Justice League members, and I'm not so sure that they are. I'll have to run that against each other. But if you use that flash from the starter, he's going to obliterate the Justice Lords so far from everything I've seen. And that's just the Flash. So, I don't know. Wonder Woman seemed really impressive. I haven't seen the Justice Lord Wonder Woman, but the main series one is pretty dang good. All right, let's see. Batman here. Regular Batman has Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, and Detective. The Justice League Unlimited trait has a special attack power. I'll take it from here. Opposing characters within 6 squares and line of fire using impervious, shape change, or super senses decrease their roll for those powers by -1, where a 6 is always a success. You know, I guess if you have multiple, it doesn't say unique modifier, so I guess if you have multiple Batman on the board, you could use that multiple times to decrease it, but a 6 is always going to be a success no matter how many times you hit him with that. There we go, 12 attack. Like, look at this. This Batman versus the other Batman that we just pulled. I just have a hard time believing that the other Batman's going to really stand up here, you know? 65 points for Justice Lords and 70 here, but, I mean, that attack value, the damage values up top, everything's a little bit different, but maybe it could work out. Still, there you go. The two Batman right next to each other. And then we have a third card for Batman. It's a team-up card. Now, we know from days past, the team-up, the powers, the stats, everything stays the same. You just get a little bonus here. And this is Theme Team-Up Batman Family. If Batman is part of the listed theme team, he can use leadership. When he does and removes an action token from a character with the listed keyword, heal that character 1 click. After revealing forces, you may replace a game element's default card with an alternate card. You can't choose a team-up card if any characters on your starting force share a name. This is 5A. Ooh, 5A. Ooh, so Batman's going to get a prime here. That's cool. I wonder what that prime could be for Batman. 5A. Yeah, that's got to be a prime. And then it says the number after that is 10. So this is 10. I think the highest number we saw for these team-up cards was 20, and that was with Flash. So there's at least 20 of these team-up cards. But that Batman family, that, again, covers just a ton of characters. So we've seen some of these team-up cards do only one person, and we've seen some of these team-up cards do a whole slew of people. You know, 7 for Hawk Girls. So pretty cool. I like this new element, especially for this. I don't know if it plays well with every single set that they would do. But, uh-oh. There we go. We got to chase, folks. We got to chase. Okay. All right. We've already seen the cheetah. So I'm going to set her to the side. I need to check to make sure that this Wonder Woman isn't different from the one that we just saw the other day. Wonder Woman set number 9. We've already seen her. We did get Captain Atom, which is awesome. I'm super stoked about that. And we did get a Supergirl, and I remember, I think Supergirl came out on day 1 or day 2. I remember talking about the fact that she had a different costume at the very beginning of Justice League Unlimited, and as she matured, got a different one. So there's the younger, kind of more immature Supergirl. That's rad. I'm so hoping that Galatea is in this set, the clone of Supergirl, basically like the Power Girl or the clone of her. And then for our chase, we have the twins. Zan and Jaina. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And like I said, the Ultimen were kind of a takeoff of them. And they had 2 characters. I cannot remember the name of those characters, but they were like white, like super white, pale white. Their skin was like, you know, very chalky. But they had the exact same power as them. And the Ultimen were these clones that were made by Cadmus. And I thought seeing Cadmus might get us the Ultimen. They could have had a really cool game effect, you know, with how they could have implemented that, but we didn't see any of them. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in here. That being said, we got to chase. We got to chase. Excellent. Okay. We got Captain Atom. He was a big part of the series as well. He kind of switched sides in the middle. And he was in the one of the very first episodes, him and Supergirl, actually. So let's look at Captain Atom real quick. Here's his card. He's got Justice League International, Project Cadmus, and Soldier. He's got Cadmus because he was under General Eiling's command. He's Captain Atom. He's part of the U.S. military. Justice League Unlimited trait, we've seen that. Special attack power, containment, suit, breach, poison. Whenever Captain Atom takes damage from an attack after resolutions, deal each adjacent character 1 penetrating damage. It doesn't say friendly or opposing, so everybody's just taking that. You're going to have to keep him kind of by himself, so be careful when you're picking people up with him. My orders are to prevent you from taking Question out of this facility. That's when he went one-on-one with Superman in Cadmus. Was pretty cool. He harnessed the power of red sun radiation, which really made him deadly to Superman. So if it's one thing that Justice League Unlimited did, is always putting different spins on characters that could really go toe-to-toe with Superman. Because that's always the problem, right? Press A, Superman wins, right? That's the thing with Superman. But even in that little, slice of the series, you have him harnessing red sun radiation, which can really hurt Superman. I thought it was a really cool take on that situation. His stats are pretty great. 8 clicks long. He's pretty dang powerful. 100 points. He flipped both sides, so he can be Cadmus, he can be Justice League. That's awesome. Great get. I'm super excited we got Captain Atom. He's really cool in the series, so very excited about that. What's in Scott Porter's cup today? Alfred Coffee from Los Angeles. If anybody is ever visiting Los Angeles, find Alfred Coffee Shop. It's going to be like your favorite coffee that you've ever had in your whole life, with 1 pump of vanilla and a splash of 2% milk. I'm trying to cut down on the sugar, so no sodas for a while. But anyway, that's what's in Scott Porter's cup. I know everybody asks in the comment section. All right, Supergirl. Here we go. This is the younger Supergirl, but they still gave her Legion of Superheroes. They gave her Justice League, Kryptonian, Legion of Superheroes, and Metropolis. She's got the Justice League Unlimited trait, which we've seen. She's got not so sure this is a good idea or not. Let's see what happens when Supergirl has no action tokens and makes an attack. If she hit after resolutions, remove an action token from her. Or if she missed all targets after resolutions, give her an action token. Ooh, so she can push herself. She's indomitable, so that's good. But, there you go. Rushing into battle, swooping in to save the day, never going to stop. I got this. These are all things that she said when she was a little bit younger. Panic in the Sky. Oh, what an awesome episode Panic in the Sky was. Look at their stat line there a little bit. She's still dangerous. She's only 75 points, so not too shabby. I'm looking for the other version of Supergirl here. Where did I put her? Here we go. I'll show you both sculpts against each other. It's interesting that they gave the young version Legion of Superheroes. I am not going to complain. Anytime we can get a figure with Legion of Superheroes keyword to bolster that group, I'm not going to complain at all, but a little bit interesting. Panic in the Sky is an incredible episode. Lex Luthor really cements himself as what you think is the big bad in Season 2 with Panic in the Sky. He launches a full-on assault on the Watchtower. He turns on Cadmus. They're not expecting it. What he does with the Watchtower, he hacks in and then does something. I'm not going to spoil it, but guys, watch the show. Watch the show. Okay, last but not least, the very last figure in our entire unboxing series. This has been a good one, man. This has been a good one. It's the Wonder Twins. Take a peek at them here. Zan and Jaina. They've got Justice League and Super Friends. Trouble Alert. I feel like we've had Trouble Alert in the game before, actually. Come help local teens. Wonder Twins. Sideline active. Friendly characters have, quote, free if this character critical missed this turn or made the third attack this turn to miss all opposing targets. Place a character from your sideline that can use a Trouble Alert trait adjacent on its blue starting line. Oh, boy. Whew. All right, some slide line switching here. At the beginning of your turn, very important, if the Wonder Twins started the game due to the Trouble Alert trait, roll a d6. On a 4 to 6, deal the Wonder Twins 1 unavoidable damage. Wonder Twin powers activate. Free. Choose a dark blue standard power and a purple standard power. The Wonder Twins can use the chosen powers until your next turn. 2 instances of the same standard power are redundant. Another trait, being useless or occasional weakness. Characters modify attack by +2 when attacking only the Wonder Twins. Characters modify defense by +2 when the Wonder Twins attack them. It just cancels each other out. When the Wonder Twins damage an opposing character with an attack, for the rest of the game, they can't use this trait. Okay, interesting. Kind of pointless, but interesting. All right, let's flip it over and see what we have. Okay, the rise and fall of the Super Friends. Pretty cool dials. Not a ton going on, but they're only 25 points or 10 points. You get 6 clicks for 25 points? What the heck? Okay, now I see why. You've got this little chase situation. That's a 25-point dial? Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, Force Blast, Sidestep. Yeah, Shape Change. Really annoying here. A little bit of Barrier. That's okay. I'm more into it now with the cost there. It's pretty good for 25 points. That's actually really, really good for 25 points. 6 clicks long with all that stuff for just 25 points. Give it to me. All right, that does it, ladies and gentlemen. We are all done with our Justice League Unlimited unboxing series. I wish they would have sent me 2 bricks because I would have kept on opening. I want to see everything that this set has to offer. I know I say this all the time. I know I get so excited opening these HeroClix sets. I'm a huge comic nerd. I'm a huge just genre nerd altogether, superhero stuff. But this one is special. This one is very special because it's like just the perfect collision of all that flavor text working so well, pulling all those quotes, putting them in. You can really tell the amount of care that WizKids put into making this set. This cartoon series is held in such high regard that there's no half-assing it, really, honestly. And they went all the way. They did full max effort on this. So I applaud you, WizKids. What a wonderful set. There's still so many pieces I want, so please do just like an addendum set for this. I know it's not something you guys do, but man, it's so worth it. There's so much else to mine from this series. That being said, the stuff that we pulled, I am super excited with. I think one of the most deadly figures that we pulled is actually in the starter set. That Flash is ridiculous. That being said, we didn't even fully get like the real feeling of what it feels like to put the Justice League out there and see how they work all together. I love the shared traits, a lot of really cool stuff. The Cadmus characters are great. We didn't pull Grundy. I was hoping to get Solomon Grundy. I was hoping to see, the little team-up episodes like, Barda and Scott Free, or Fire and Ice, Stargirl and Steel, but not Steel, but Stripe. Steel's actually in the show too, and he's amazing as well. So there's still so many characters that we could see. That being said, I'm super stoked with what I pulled today. If this is what I got out of my brick, I would be crazy excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this set as much as I clearly do. I hope that when you get your hands on this, it plays just as well for you as it is going to for me. Just gives me a good feeling, and these figures look very useful for their point values. I'm really excited from a story format, from a story standpoint, as well as from a playability standpoint. There's a lot of cool stuff in this set. The pre-release happens starting March the 25th. The actual set comes out April the 8th. So call your local comic book shop, call your local gaming store, support them, order some product early. If you're going to get the set anyway, just make sure that you do it with them, that you go to your local shop, that you support them. Those store owners, those small family shops, they are the lifeblood of our industry, so just support them. Also, support Hyper RPG, the studio that puts us up every single time. Stop by their YouTube channel, stop by Twitch, spend some time with them. They do role-playing games, tabletop stuff. They talk about movies, video games. They have everything you could want as far as all the stuff that we love. So go check them out on Twitch. I want to say thank you to WizKids, as always, for sending me this stuff early, for sending me this stuff at all. As a huge player of the game for so long, I came in with the very first set. My very first DC set was Hyper Time. I was in with Marvel before that, but I've been playing since the very beginning. And to still have this relationship with you guys and have you send me all this stuff to share with the fans is just incredible. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And mostly, I thank you guys out there for watching every single time. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope it gave you everything that you wanted. Anything that we can improve upon, go down, let me know in the comment section. If you guys loved it, hit that like button. If you love WizKids and you want to get more informed about everything else they've got going on, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, make sure you get notified about everything. I thank you guys so much. I can't wait to go play with this stuff. I will see you on the next unboxing video. And until then, may all your rolls be... That's a 3. Critical hits.